Coming up tonight on the Night Beat, the latest when it comes to the newest COVID variant, how many people already have tested positive for it.
Plus, prayers continue for a well-known San Antonio artist. We're hearing how Jesse Trevino has made an impact on members of the community.
And Supreme Court justices are preparing to hear arguments on a Mississippi challenge to Roe v. Wade, trying to have it overturned, how their decision could potentially impact Texans. Up first tonight, we begin with 3 people dead in a newly renovated home going up in flames. Each incident happening on different sides of town this weekend.
Now, here's a breakdown of them. The first man died after officers say his car caught on fire following a crash on Highway 90 West near Zarzamora. They tell us around 10:45 last night, the man was driving fast with his headlights off when he tried to change lanes. That's when he hit a metal barrier and the impact caused the vehicle to go up in flames. Eventually, someone else pulled over and was able to put out the fire with a portable fire extinguisher. The man was pronounced dead at the scene. No one else was injured. Tonight, a man is in the hospital suffering from a severed spine after he attempted to stop a would-be robber from taking his own truck. Brady Morgan was shot near his home on Springdale Drive near Babcock Road. We spoke to his brother, who says he might never walk again.
Makes you feel bad. It's just, I don't know what to think. You know, going through so many emotions right now. It's tough, very tough.
The shooting happened just before midnight yesterday. Police say a neighbor alerted Morgan of the ongoing robbery. When Morgan confronted the man, he was shot in the back. As of now, police are still looking for that suspect. A call for prayer for a local icon and artist who's battling cancer. If you don't know who Jesse Trevino is, you most likely know his artwork. One of his most famous, the Spirit of Healing mural on the wall of the Children's Hospital. As the night team's John Paul Barajas reports, that's where people gathered to show their support for Trevino.
Our Father.
President Biden set to deliver remarks tomorrow after receiving a briefing from his COVID response team this afternoon on the new COVID-19 variant.
Yeah, at least 17 countries have confirmed cases of the Omicron variant, which the World Health Organization is now calling a variant of concern.
Reminder for Bexar County property owners, those who have chosen to enroll in the county's property tax half payment plan will have to make the first payment by Tuesday. Now, you can make your payment in person, online, by phone or mail. And a local couple creates a platform to support caregivers. Coming up after the break, our Lee Waldman shares how they're making an impact in the Alamo City.
As the month of November comes to a close, it also marks the end of National Caregivers Month. President Joe Biden signed a proclamation recognizing the month earlier.
That's right. The night team's Lee Waldman spoke with a couple who created a support group for those who are caring for their aging parents. Lee, thank you. Tonight is the first night of Hanukkah. The Jewish holiday is being celebrated earlier than usual this year. It typically falls closer to Christmas, or at least in the month of December. At sundown today, Jewish families began lighting the menorah and opening presents. A gift is usually opened each of the 8 nights that are celebrated.
The end of the Thanksgiving weekend holiday is shaping up to be one of the busiest days for air travel since the pandemic began back in 2020.
ABC's Rena Roy shares how many people the TSA is expecting to screen and the prices drivers are paying at the pump. Jury selection begins in New York tomorrow in the trial of Ghislaine Maxwell. This 2 years after the jailhouse suicide of Jeffrey Epstein, who was accused of a sex trafficking conspiracy involving underage girls. Federal prosecutors allege Maxwell was Epstein's accomplice. The 59-year-old has denied any role in Epstein's crimes. Maxwell was arrested in July of last year in New Hampshire and is being held in Brooklyn Federal Jail. The trial is expected to last about 6 weeks, but she could face another court date next year on charges of perjury. To politics now, and an intense week ahead for President Biden when he returns from a holiday break in New England. There's COVID's new variant, the possibility of a government shutdown, and the escalating situation between Ukraine and Russia. The president is going to have to hit the ground running this week, to say the least, especially with several big deadlines coming up quickly. We have new video of a stowaway found in the landing gear of a flight from Guatemala to Miami International Airport. We first told you about the story yesterday on the Night Beat. In a video posted on Instagram, the 26-year-old man, who has not been identified, appears to be dazed, slightly losing his balance and sitting on the ground. We're also learning new information tonight. Officials say the man was in the landing gear for about 2 hours and 30 minutes. Get you to a cheerful story now. How about taking in a little theater performance to get you in the holiday spirit. Well, the Public Theater of San Antonio is bringing in the Christmas season with a new original musical, and it's all about the Alamo City.
KSAT producer Priscilla Caravan and digital journalist Andrew Wilson give us a look backstage at the performance. It could be a perfect outing for you and your family. All right, this next story is about some real-life Grinches.
That's right. We're talking thousands of dollars worth of toys snatched from a toy shop. Now, while some were shopping, others were stealing. This happening to a couple in Alaska who say the recent thievery left a pretty big dent in their holiday income. Les Fetro and his wife, Margaret, have been making homemade wooden toys for nearly 20 years.
But what remains in their workshop now is just a tiny fraction of their inventory. Most of it was stolen last weekend. For now, they're hoping police will come up with some leads, and they're asking people to keep their eyes open in case any of these toys turn up for sale somewhere.
I really wish and hope people do return the toys, especially in the holiday spirit, you know?
What are you going to do with those?
Katie, what's going on with the weather?